Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the breakthrough event. So this is going to be another challenge for the breakthrough event. Basically it is not the hardest one. I think this one's pretty decently difficult. I'm going for a different kind of maneuver here. So this one we're going to kind of be functioning majority off of the ability to essentially fire multiple super attacks. Now obviously I don't have the God Duo, so if you do have the God Duo, guys, please try and use them. They're very good, and they're gonna help you out a lot with this event. So yeah, God Duo, very good LR to use in this situation, just period. They're one of those units that just really kind of controls everything well, really sets you up at a good pace, and yeah, just in general they can do a lot of great work. So how this team build works specifically, so essentially what we have is whenever you do this kind of game mode, you need to have the technical ability to win in both turns. So you need to have the ability to potentially take out 5 enemies in any turn. Now in terms of this team, we accomplish that by having the Lrgojida on one rotation with the Super Saiyan Goku. They link up pretty well, and the Lrgojidas are a unit that has the ability to fire 2 additional super attacks in a turn, which is very crucial to obviously how this functions. We then also have the Lrgods in the other rotation. Very similar to the God or the Gobros. They can fire multiple attacks in a turn as well. So right now that's obviously, I don't want to say the premise, but that is kind of where everything lies. So that's kind of where this team build functions. So we got this God Duo here. They're going to fire multiple super attacks. We're saving their transformation for the final phase because we don't want them to do too many super attacks. Ideally you want to end up with them on the final rotation. So if you transform them too early, they may not be able to get there. Now if you have them on the final turn and you need them to transform to ensure that you get to the next turn, then yes, you will have to transform them. We also have the Lrgojida, also another great unit. Why? Because in their base form they have the ability to fire multiple super attacks. So again, you can kind of see that there is this premise that we want units that can fire multiple super attacks. So we got the LR God Duo, we've got the LRGT Duo, all able to fire off 1 or 2 super attacks in a turn. The Gobros as well, also very clutch in terms of getting this battle done, because again they can fire off multiple super attacks in a single turn. Okay, so that's currently kind of what we're rolling with. We then have the Goku. So we have the God Goku. He's just there mainly for rainbow orbs and for linking purposes. Generally speaking, that's kind of the best approach to go with. He provides rainbow orbs, which is good. Also, you can, I guess, build him into an additional build if you want to. But generally speaking, he hits hard enough to take out one enemy. But the main appeal of him, if I'm entirely honest, is simply the fact that he's going to create rainbow orbs, and we need rainbow orbs because our units need quite a sizable amount of ki. We can't just kind of rock up and do whatever we want, so we realistically need a little bit of ki. We need quite a fair amount of ki. So personally speaking, that's obviously something we just need to make sure happens. The reason I chose the God Duo as well is because, personally speaking, I feel like a lot of players are more likely to have the God Duo. A lot of players will probably start it with the 7th anniversary, and so having the God Duo is not an impossible feat. I don't have them, but I thought it'd be a good way to show, because a lot of people can use them, and if you don't have them, it's also a pretty nice way to kind of work around it. Obviously remember that movie heroes do have increased effectiveness in this event, so that's another good reason to kind of use all of these units, is the fact that obviously they are movie hero characters, and so that means that we are going to get an increased effect from them. Now the Gobros, generally speaking, will have a good kind of ability to take out the opposition, which is good. We've also got this movie Goku, who does some pretty good damage. We've got the Lrgojidas, who can fire off multiple super attacks. And then we've also got the God Duo in the other rotation, who, if you get them in their transform state, do have a very large chance to remove 3 of the units. Now, the concept of this is basically that we are going to eliminate at least 3 units with either the Gobros or with the LR God Duo, and then the other 2 units will be able to kind of, you know, get rid of them. So, yeah, pretty kind of straightforward, I guess. So, yeah, personally speaking, obviously there is some difficulty with this. You know, it's not guaranteed that you're going to be able to just kind of waltz in and complete this event. So, if you can, try your best to copy this team build, but it is heavily reliable on a bit of RNG. So you may need 1 or 2 attempts. Like, for example, Gobros definitely have the capacity to completely finish off a turn, as do the God Duo, but you'll find more often than not you probably won't get the luck that you need to actually take them out. So it is a little bit of RNG in that case. In terms of items, as with most builds here, I've gone with the announcer for the final phase, that extra 5% kind of boost that he has comparatively to using something like a Bulma item. Obviously super great. Again, you can use a Bulma item, or you can use, you know, like the tech announcer or whichever announcer you want. And then of course we want to use the Chilai and Lemo. So, well, not Chilai and Lemo, we want to use the, I think this one is the Teriyaki. So we want to use the Teriyaki or Teppanyaki. We want to use the orb changing attack increasing item respective for tech type. So I can't remember what kind of food it is, but it is there. So yeah, obviously now we're on the final phase. So here you want to transform the duo, because you obviously want that ability for them to fire off multiple super attacks. So it's not enough really to just fire off 1 super attack. We want the ability to fire off tons of super attacks. We then also have the Gogeta duo. The reason we're not transforming the Gogeta duo is because we do not, and I repeat, we do not want to lose their ability to fire off multiple super attacks. Worst case scenario, the God duo only fire off that additional capabilities, and we have problems. The reason why I decided to transform them in this final phase, even though I literally just said don't do it, is because I knew that getting the Rainbow Orbs would actually mean we would get the Dokkan attack. So getting the Dokkan attack completely removes the entire strategy. But the premise without the Dokkan attack would have been to have the God Duo do 3 super attacks, eliminating 3 of them. Then we would have had the Goku, the Tech Goku, with his increased damage, take out 1 of them. And then we would have had the Lrgojida, hopefully fire off 2 super attacks. That's the worst case scenario. Ideally, obviously, the God Duo would have fired off 3 super attacks and made the whole thing incredibly easy, but you can't guarantee that. So yeah, that's pretty much where it comes to in terms of taking on this event. You're welcome to try as many times as you want, which is a good thing. This build is pretty reliable. So as long as you have the God Duo and you have at least the Gobros, you should be able to complete this event relatively simply. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like on it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and bye.